to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakam Kadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, and honors to Akim pushing truth out and sincerity. All right? So when we get that, we get the chance.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works, and tribulation and poverty.
Yeah, the Lord knows our works, Lord willing. The Lord knows what we deal with week in and week out with this truth and with jobs. All right? The Lord knows our tribulation and poverty. All right? Go ahead.
Poverty, but thou art rich.
But we're rich. Why we're rich? Because we have knowledge and wisdom and understanding of the scriptures. We have, that comfort us also through what we're going through.
All right, rich. No, a little more, man. Okay. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews.
And I know the blasphemy of them that say they are Jews. That the liars, these Khazars, because they're imposters. They're Amalek. They're the chief house of Esau and the wicked. But they've taken and stolen our identity. Who are we? We the Hebrew Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. The Lord's people.
And are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
They're the chief house of Satan. All right? They're the chief adversary to the Most High, first and foremost, to Yahweh Shai, and also to the nation of Israel. And then they're adverse to all creation after that. But, yeah, they're the chief house of Satan. All right?
That was it.
Yeah, so these people in the nation, these people that's out there in the land of Israel, these people that's in control of everything, they're not the real Jews, man. And when you say something about it, they call you anti-Semitic,
Yeah.
And the thing is, Abe Finkelstein, he was bragging about that years ago. Rabbi Abe Finkelstein, he was like, if anybody come up against us, we throw that anti-Semitic thing on them and basically mess them up. All right?
First Maccabees, chapter 3, verse 48.
Okay.
I'll lay open the book of the law.
Yeah, these heathens took the book, the scriptures, the Bible, and said that the law of the land is based on a Bible, man. And then what else they did?
And lay open the book of the law, wherein the heathen sought to paint the likeness of the image.
Yeah, that's the only person that did that was a so-called white man. They painted up the images of being the Lord, as being the Lord, the Lord's chosen people, as being the Most High, as being chosen. They painted their images up. You got Cesare Borgia, all right, which later they became what, the Rothschilds down the line.
That's it. I have one more to finish
Okay.
out. Revelation 3 and 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews, which say they are Jews and are not.
Yeah, they're the synagogue, the chief house of Satan, and they are not. They're not the real Jews, man. They're the devil, the deceivers, the adversaries. Satan is adversary, devil, deceiver. And then they call themselves Luciferians, light bearers on the left hand side, man. And in this book, there's a chapter Sons of Light, and they call themselves Sons of Light from high level Masons. All right?
And are not, but do lie.
And they do lie, man. Everything they put out is lies, man. Huh?
And I saw it right here in the
Okay.
book of the Holy Man. Isaiah chapter 2, verse 1. And the word of the Lord of the son of Amos say concerning Judah and Jerusalem, says, it shall come to pass in the last day that the mountain of the Lord of the host shall establish to the top mountains and shall exalt above all the hills, and all nations shall flow into it.
You you can break that down for me?
Yeah, so if you so-called Jews is back in Israel right now, why is there still war? Why is always going to the holy mountain? I wonder when you bring them back in the riches to them. But these are the people of the Lord. So we are the lost people, we are scattered to the four corners of the earth. Those are causal, they're called implants. To the what? To the bountiful declaration. When the Lord brings us back in our land after he builds this the land of Israel, we're going to come back when? The chariots. So this prophecy ain't came to pass. But it wasn't put back in the land by the Most High and the angels. And how was they was put back to the land to the bountiful declaration.
Or the Balfour Declaration. That's how they got into the land of into the land of Israel.
It was 1921, 1917, something like that.
That's why the ambassador said Gamor Nasser was. That's why the ambassador Gamor Nasser, which is mentioned in Obadiah, he said what he said the Jews went into Egypt black and came out white.
Yep, Bill Nasser, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got something. Or could anybody bring it out for me? Proverbs 29:2.
Proverbs 29.
Yeah, cause you know these Khazars, man, they got the world to believe that they've been through a Holocaust and they had hard times, and yet they own the earth, man, and they own every aspect. Every connection or anything, you gotta go through them. All right. Okay, you got it.
Yeah, come.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
No, I got the actual.
Proverbs 29 verse 2, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Yeah, when the righteous are in authority, people rejoice. So if they're the righteous and they're the Lord's chosen, so how come all the nations are not rejoicing now? Why is there poverty on earth, man? In third world countries. Why is that going on? All right? There's no peace in the earth right now. All right? It said.
Yeah, more.
All right.
The people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
When the wicked bear rule, the people mourn, and the earth is given in the hands of the wicked. Job 9:24. So the people are mourning right now, man. They're talking about what is it inflation. They said a couple of days ago that these rail lines throughout the country, these Amtrak lines or whatever these rail lines that's bringing cargo, the workers about to strike. That's an artery. That's an artery with goods. So that's gonna cause a problem. And they was like, if they strike, that's like a $2 billion a day loss. Yo, they said that shit, man. So, you know, Esau's strategically doing this shit, all right, to bring about more debt.
The earth corrupted, man.
Yeah.
Like every this money run the earth in a corruption in own of people, man. America is a greedy place, man. A wicked, greedy, evilous place, unconscious, man. America is where, greed, man. Greed merely all people are suffer, man.
Yeah.
All people on the corners are suffer, are hustle. You know what I mean? All people on the people are try treat people, I try throw a little dollar make there and there, man. While these Jews, them own everything. Them own our stuff, man. And that will flip around, man, soon. You know what I mean? These Jews are going into slavery, man. You know what I mean? And that's how it's gonna be.
So right? Arteries, so that's a major that's one of them arteries, right? And what happened? Now the way to go on the truckers can't fill all the demand of moving goods through the country. So that means like arteries get clogged up, or they gotta constantly you know, like with blood pressure, whatever, is overworked. Your heart is overworked. You get what I'm saying? So this whole structure is they planning to collapse it. The economy, man.
Jack, can I make a point on that word anti-Semitic?
Yeah.
We know the word anti-Semitic. The word anti means against, and and Semitic goes back to Shem, you know, and you know, we know that Esau, you know, he makes these policies that only benefit him, you know. So the question is like, you know, where are the other Shemites, you know, and are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans Shemites, you know? So you know, they coming at Kanye West. He did say that blacks are Jews too, which in reality that was a false statement. We are the only Jews, you know. But the question is like, to these Amalekites, where are the other Shemites at, man? Who do they consider Shem? Because they called us, you know, but you know what they'll say? They'll say, oh, we're Canaanites, you know. That's what they'll say.
Well,
we suffering the curse of Canaan.
I like that you said that there's the Lord make a difference. That's in Exodus 11. Is that 11 and 8 or 8 and 11? It's 11 and 7, right?
Get
You get the chance. Get that for me. Yeah. And what about when the 10 tribes came over here, right? The northern kingdom, right? When they came over here. So how does them Khazars fit into that, right? And what about the transatlantic slave trade, man? The Khazars ain't go through that.
Don't talk about the Holocaust.
But what about Simeon and Levi over you know, the DR and you know, yeah.
Bring it up.
And what they separated from by the Damascus River or whatever. I don't want to go off on that, so I'm gonna drop that. But
Yeah, this is Exodus 11 and 7. But against any of the children of Israel.
But against any of the children of Israel, yeah,
shall not a dog move his tongue.
Yeah, those dogs are the heathen nations outside of the nation of Israel. Every nation outside of the nation of Israel is considered a dog.
Against man or beast.
Against man or beast.
That he may know how that the Lord doth put a difference.
These other nations are beasts. The Lord put a difference
between the Egyptians and Israel.
The Lord put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. So them Egyptians representing them Hamites. It's a difference. We're told different men of people. And when you see a Jake, you know, a Jake that's Nigerian, he'll let you know, like, yo, them Hamites are not my people. He'll be like, yo, we not the same people. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you know that, and him know we not the same. But here go Esau, the devil. He'll try to lump us all as being them. So then they come out with saying we sold our souls in slavery in that transatlantic slave trade. When we're not him, man. You get what I'm saying? Or they make it seem like we not him, man.
Well, they say we Canaanites. We suffering the curse of Canaan. They showed you that in I think it was the Nat Turner movie where he was a kid, I believe. The scene where he was a kid, they said when he read the scripture where it said, "Curse be Canaan, as servant shall he be to his brothers."
Yeah.
So you know, and then I remember one time we was on 34th and 7th. I don't know, Malak, you remember this? Some Edomite would walk by and be like, "You guys are Cushites." Like, fuck out of here, devil. You know, with everything except for Israelites.
They kicked that shit when we was coming up in school and elementary. You see people so slavery. Get the fuck out of here.
Come
Yeah.
Hey,
and I'm talking about selling out people into slavery, meaning that large transatlantic slave trade. That's what I'm talking about. That big business that they did. You got it.
Deuteronomy 7 verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Yep, starting with the elected nation of Israel and ultimately all of Israel.
The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
The Lord has chosen to be a special people unto himself.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Above all. So we set up to be above all. Even in low condition that we're in, we still have more life in us than these heathens, man.
Yeah.
Even when we make our lower state, we shine. That's all according to the Lord, man. You get what I'm saying? I, just a little thing, our cookouts.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Just that, what Esau does, he come, oh, you can't have no grill in the park. At one time he said, oh, you can't do that. You know what I mean? Jacob makes something out of Jacob make anything worse, more tolerable, like, oh, you sitting on the crates, give him a ticket. Lock him up. Oh, you sitting on the steps, Port Authority,
Loitering, yeah.
give him a ticket. Then you could be waiting for your, they know who's doing what, you know what I mean? You could be waiting for, yeah, man, it got to a point where you sit on a crate, cause he's still got his agents walking around to see what Jake does the most.
Yeah.
All right, let's make a law against that, and let's get, we like they set snares for us. You got it?
It show you Esau's double-minded too,
Yeah.
because, you know, prior to them legalizing weed, right, they'll pull a Jake over, you know, stop it, frisk him, or he got a little nickel on him, you know what I mean? Next thing you know, he ain't got his ID on him because he got warrants and shit, they taking him in, you know? But now, fast forward to 2022, 2021, you know, they got weed dispensaries now, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can smoke weed now all around New York City. Motherfuckers be walking around blowing weed, nobody saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? So,
Everywhere.
sure.
In my hallway, they be blowing like crazy, man. And the apartments, all that next to me, they be on the terrace. We gotta deal with now.
You got weed, so,
You got it?
You got something else?
I guess so.
Okay, come on.
This is Micah chapter 2, verse 2. It says, "And they covered fields and take them by violence."
Who? That's not the so-called Negro Latinos and Native Americans that's doing that. That's talking about Esau. He covered fields. They got resources, natural resources. We're gonna go make a deal. We're gonna find a way to go take that. All right? And they take them by violence. They're sending. They're trying to do a deal. Let us enrich your mineral resources. Set up our factories. No, you won't do that. So let's get one of your own to depose you. No, let's bomb up the plane. We can't get to you. Let's set up a false flag attack, a terrorist attack, and deem you a terrorist and send in the military and bomb you. That's how they get down. Confessional economic hitman. That's how they do it. So that's the so-called white man, he does that, man, throughout the earth.
It says, "So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage."
Yeah, they press a man in his house, man. They could go to a person's country and tell them how liberate your woman and do this and do that. And also, look what they did to the northern kingdom when they took this land, man, and got them on reservations and further inflicting hardships on them. And then they'll tell the nation of Israel how to raise their children, how to raise their young ones. You gonna bring them to school, or that's child neglect. It's ACS they call it now. Or you disciplining your child, they'll come in and stop that. Why? Because they want your children, they want your young ones to get out of line, so then they can wind up getting caught up in this prison system and do slave labor. That's the whole plan. You get me? When you could have prevented that yourself.
Right. I'll say one thing too. It says, even a man in his heritage.
And
I'm sorry.
you got it.
Yeah, because like you opened up with, how Esau, he's trying to be us. They're saying that they're the small. They say basically they're saying that, I'm trying not to say fuck it. I'll say it. They saying that they're the Jews, man, which they're not.
Yeah, so them identity theft, man. You're not the Lord's people. How you the Lord's people? You're not oppressed. The world isn't having secret meetings against you. You get what I'm saying? They're having them against us. And how are you the Lord's chosen right now? The curses you don't fit the curses.
Peace and freedom.
You got it.
Psalms chapter 2, verse 1. Why do the heathen rage, and the people imagine a vain
Yeah,
thing?
the heathen is raging. They having them secret meetings to further oppress the nation of Israel, further enslave us, and further destroy us. And then you have them raging who's next in line for rulership. Who's first in line to initiate the NWO?
Says the kings of the earth set themselves.
Yeah, they're kings, man. You have sovereigns in this planet right now that operates above the law.
Joe Biden is the president is a king.
Yeah, he's a lesser form of a king. Yeah.
He's the king of the Bible.
You know?
He's a puppet king.
Yeah, puppet king.
It says the kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord, and against his anointed.
They have the secret meetings. They have G Summit meetings. They have these they have meetings, man. Yo, they meet in crazy places. You know, they done met in places in isolated areas to make sure they wasn't bugged, man. All right, yo, it's real. So they meet in secret.
Saying, let us break their bands asunder.
Yeah, let them. They cut off. Let's have them divided.
That's why we can't handle business.
Yeah, we cut off. We cut off out the ranks.
Right.
Cut their bands. We're cut off from the ranks economically, so we don't have any industry or anything like that, right?
Yeah.
So we're basically, we can't have our own system of our own. And then we barely get the crumbs of what's going on.
Are we under the curses?
The curses,
And we're under the curses, yep.
Let's break their bands asunder, cast their cords from us.
Yeah, so the scriptures are showing only the nation of Israel fits that. No one else.
He that sit in the heavens.
So now let's prove that you got people that's been paid off of our people. That shows that. You know what it says?
He that sit in the heavens shall laugh.
That's right. Yahweh shall gonna laugh. They're laughing, and then they use the men of the Lord to laugh also.
That the Lord shall have them in derision.
Yeah, they're gonna be confused in a state of difficulty. And it's starting to happen because all what they're doing is gonna get out of their control, man. Because the order of chaos, but it's gonna get out of their control where they can't really like control a fire. You know, you got it.
This is Psalms 83, and verse, I start 2, it says, for lo, thy enemies make a tumult. They that hate thee have lifted up the head.
Yeah, and that's what happened. And all these nations hate thee. Because the Lord said, you're going to captivity, your enemies. So all these nations outside the nation of Israel are our enemies. All right? Just because you see them smile, they nod their head at you, say good morning, man. That doesn't mean they like you, man. It's business, all right?
Yeah. It's called a fake
The
smile.
enemy come to you as your friend, huh?
It's called a fake smile.
Yeah. It's more. Yeah.
It says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
Yeah, they take crafty counsel. They meet in secret to destroy us.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
That's right. So the so-called white man, he's constantly conjuring up ways to have our people jacked up to make sure we're in these conditions. All right.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
That's right, and our people divide and conquer. Our people, there's tribal issues amongst us. You have a Jake on a job, and they make a condition where Jakes is feuding with each other. All right,
And he's sitting back watching the shit.
they sit back watching like they don't know what's going on and like trying to de-escalate the situation when they caused it.
I'm about to say, because a lot of times they won't even say nothing. They just be sitting there, like, you know how you can tell, like, they want to be contained. Like, shit'll be popping off, and nobody's saying nothing. They just watching the shit pop off. I'm like, yo, this is fucked up, bro.
Well, they'll give one Jake perks, or either make it where one Jake is like prospering over another one to cause those problems.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. Shit. I mean, we all can speak from experience. I know I experienced that shit, man. You know, when a fucking 2/3 nigga is over you, man, and you know what I mean, just be a fucking tyrant, man, at the job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then you low key, you don't want to snitch because you know they call you, oh, you snitching. So, but you giving hints that this motherfucker is you know, he's being corrupt, and the motherfuckers don't care. They don't care.
Yeah.
So you just got, you know, until fucking, you know, fish start flying, and, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Motherfuckers start cussing and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's when, oh, he's violent. He's a fucking, he's crazy. You know what I mean?
You know, yeah, I had a supervisor, a woman. I was interning somewhere, right? And this chick was stealing cocaine. And she tried to blame me and another worker, but she didn't know when she was stealing, she thought she was in a blind spot of cameras, and she was caught on camera the whole time. All of the times they checked out the old footage, and she was the only one. It showed she was the only one stealing. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, but it's wild.
Precept?
Yeah.
You got
More.
Confessional, it says, read again. Psalms 83 and 4 says, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
That's right. So we bywords. We don't have our the world doesn't acknowledge us as being Israelites, all right, or our tribes also. All right. So and in this world, nationality is everything. So we can't go to like world court of crimes against humanity and things like that because we're not considered a people, a nation, or even people.
You know, seat.
You get me?
You got a little seat.
Yeah. And when you look up monster, Ballatine's Law Dictionary, 1933 edition, it says a human being is a monster that doesn't have any rights to any inheritance or land, and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Okay, so and these demons are being exposed. The truth is coming out on them. That's why they trying to do away with the internet.
Yeah, like the elder Malak just said, we don't have no seat in the UN.
Yeah.
And we also don't have we don't have our own military, we don't have our own police. But guess who do?
Yeah.
The
Scummies. The scummies, yeah. Scummakites. You know, they got, but here, they saying they oppress and this and that, and don't talk bad about them. But hold up. They got their own damn ambulance shit and hospitals, man.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on with that? How they suffering?
Got their own schools, everything.
And then they got their own shit.
You don't see so-called Jew fighting against so-called Jew.
Nah, they doing it good. Even the poor of them are doing good, great.
Hey man, we in BK, you go right down the block, you go to Williamsburg, what do you see? You see the women in order, you see them wearing, dresses down to the foot,
Skirts.
full body covered, head wrap. You know what I'm saying? They're not acting ratchet. They're not listening to fucking Cardi B or Nicki Minaj. They're not twerking their ass. You know what I'm saying? They're in order.
Kids in order to.
What? We say, man, time I run out, man. Bring out the precept quick.
Hold on. You done now?
You done. Ezekiel chapter 7 verse 6. An end is come the end is come. It watcheth for thee, behold, it is coming. That's why nuclear, we're at the end now, man. But, hey, man, in order, you won't even know what the kingdom of heaven gonna be, man. Hey, the Lord will bring an end to this, man. The curses are slightly lift off of us, man. The curses overtake with, and hey, the end of America there now, man. So, basically, we have to look for the test, man, temptation. You know what I mean? But the next side, even before that, you have to go to war, man. Because you see him Edomites are bring you to war. You know what I mean? The chip, martial law, there shall be sedition among men, man. America gonna be divided, that's A. The Lord have to be with him elect, man, in another day. Ella come, man. You know what I mean? We up next, man. You know what I mean? We ain't gonna get no. Look, hey, the week start, man. Yeah, slack it. The week start, man. Hey, these look at Arab bitches, man. I look on, hey, the nation them know who it is, man. You're in a masculine state, them gonna give you some eye, man. Like I can kill me. Hey, man, in the kingdom of heaven, when we get them body there, man, hopefully everybody has on true globe GMS. We'll get them body there, man. Hey, you gonna look, hey, the nations are gonna sue you, man. And hey, it's gonna be dead. Dead and hell, it's gonna be hell on earth, man, with them new bodies, man.
Yeah, 'cause they look at us now, like you just mentioned, they give you that funny look or whatever, you just mentioned. Yeah, they all proud and shit, you know? Then they make us as the biggest criminals. How we the biggest criminals? We don't, the lands are not called after us. You got it.
Obadiah chapter 1, verse 15 says, for the day of the Lord is near upon all heathens. As they have done, it shall be done upon thee.
Yeah, just like these heathens have conquered and crushed the nation of Israel, first and foremost, and these other nations, the so-called white men that did that, it's about to happen to them. The day of the Lord is near. Look, man, we might be in the midst of World War III right now. You know, they trying to rush to bring about this NWO. All right, they about to collapse this currency, man, because a lot of places, man, they want crypto. They don't want US dollar. They don't even want US debit cards. They don't want debit cards. A credit card.
Even in America, no more dollars.
Yeah.
They want no more dollars.
Yeah, so they gotta change this whole new global system, and all nations, whether enemies or not, they gotta agree upon it.
And also too,
You know, right?
not to cut you off, but you got another opposing party against the US dollar, which is what? The BRICS nations.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa.
Yeah.
They're completely against the US dollar. So now the countries that are neutral, they're making a choice. You know, like either you're gonna choose the United States dollar or you're gonna choose to side with the Russian ruble, the ruble, or whatever they got going on over there. You know, and that's what another thing with the pipeline. You know, that's another situation with that. With the pipeline going through Germany, heating up different European countries and stuff like that. So, it's all a domino effect.
And it's gonna lead up to this tag. Cause like all of us in here, if we different countries, we gotta guarantee each country get their payment, and we gotta be on one system. And everybody's gonna be on, all those countries gonna be in league, in agreement with that tag.
Right.
Cause nothing be conducted without that. And all those people gotta be in that same order. So that's gonna happen, but that's gonna be the end of them once they do that.
Not to mention, I believe Argentina just joined BRICS and Iran. So
and when you get the chance on Revelation 13, go into it.
For the day of the Lord is upon the
Oh, yeah,
heathens.
that's a lot. All
For
right.
the day of the Lord, back in Obadiah, Salaki, 1 verse 15. For the day of the Lord is upon all the heathens.
The day of the Lord is upon all the heathens. Because the Lord is coming, and the Lord is coming to establish his kingdom. And in order for the Lord's kingdom to be established, all the kingdoms gotta fall violently. Right?
It says, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee.
Yeah, so the so-called white man, he has ruled the sword. He caused a lot of bloodshed. So he has to be judged for that. Because all those spirits went up and cried to the Most High. So he has to receive a harsh judgment. And he is going to receive a harsh judgment. Thermonuclear destruction. He's going to be burned by the Lord when the Lord returns on the chariots.
It says, thy reward shall return upon thy own head.
Yeah, the reward is going to return upon our own head, man. Esau, he's going to kill billions of people. The Lord going to allow him to do that. So as soon as he think his NWO is like he has everything the way he want, that's when he's going to fall right then and there, man.
That's it.
You wanted, because of unrighteous dealings?
Yeah.
You want that right now because I have a precept?
You bring yours out first.
Okay, sure?
Yeah.
This is Deuteronomy 30:7. It says, and the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee.
Yeah, so all the curses are going to go upon our enemies and all that persecuted us. So when we was in poverty, they were going to poverty. They're going to go in slavery. They women going to buck up against them. Their people, they're going to be in a situation that we was. They're going to suffer ailments. High blood pressure passed through the genetics also from that transatlantic slave trade, or dealing with that salt water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. I got the scripture actually.
Mm-hmm.
Sirach 10:8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit.
Unrighteous dealings, injuries, riches got by deceit. So-called white man gained his riches through his slave trade, his drug trade, his stealing, thieving, harsh slavery upon our people.
It says, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
The kingdom is transferred from one people to another, so it's going to be transferred to the nation of Israel. And the head, is going to be Yahushua, King David, the other remaining of the 12, the 144,000, and the rest of 1/3 going to be the hierarchy, the governing body of the nation of Israel. And the rest of the nation of Israel, they're going to be kings, but regular citizens, but they're going to be kings also.
Alright, that was it.
Yeah. All right. But so it's gonna be translated, man, because the so-called white man, you mentioned earlier, and even in the show we did earlier today, the Lord is just. They had their chance to rule all these nations, so-called white men. And he went overboard. The so-called white man. Oh man, he had a good old time. You know what I mean? So, Lord is just, but we're gonna have our feet on their neck, man.
Yeah, like you said, with the curses gonna come upon them.
Yeah.
Our society is gonna be so righteous. Things that they did to us. Like polluting the water.
Yeah.
And we're eating defiled bread. You know what I'm saying? Like we're gonna have to, punish them in different ways. You know what I'm saying? Creative ways. And righteousness. That's why the scriptures say thy heart shall meditate terror, because we have that spiritual power.
Yeah.
So they're gonna experience all types of pain, man, through that spiritual power, man.
Because you just put your foot on their head and just crack their skull, but don't let them die. Because we can't do, we ain't gonna do all that weird shit they was doing, but we're gonna be real brutal with them. You know what I mean? I'm telling you. Oh well.
That's all right, like a month.
I was gonna bring up is Isaiah 14:1. It says, for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, who yet choose Israel.
The Lord gonna have mercy on Jacob. Who is Jacob? So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Yet choose Israel. Yasha Allah. Alright? And yet choose Israel. So the Lord is gonna forgive the nation of Israel.
And set them in their own land.
And set them in our own land. And alright? And Israel.
And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
Yeah, so all the tribes are gonna be together, northern and southern kingdom. Alright?
And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord.
And the house of Israel shall possess them. So these heathen nations we're gonna have under our feet in the kingdom. They're gonna be our slaves.
It says for servants and handmaids.
For servants and handmaids. They're gonna serve slavery.
And they shall take them captives, who captives they were.
So these nations had us captives, so now they're gonna become our captives. Cause the kingdom gonna be transferred. Transfer of rulership.
Yeah,
Alright.
every kingdom has slaves.
Yeah,
Kingdom going slavery.
that's how a nation gains real power
Righteous.
through free labor.
No, yeah.
Manpower is more valuable when someone built something with their hand on the sweat of their brow. It's more like, you hear these things with these luxury cars, and they be like, these seats was hand woven and all of this. There's more value into it. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
Just like that painter, he took hours to make that canvas or whatever it was.
Sometimes
Took
days.
hours, days, like
Months.
to get that. And there's more value in it. Value. That's how it's gonna be in the kingdom, man. You know? Manpower, you got it.
Me and say, man, we at the end now, man. Cause, like I said, straight from the point, man. When you see Kanye West growing beard, man, and bush up, you must know, take heed, man. Hey, you must say we're the real Jews. Hey, these entertainers know, man, your brothers up here suffer. You know what I mean? Brothers are go through different elements. Brothers are suffer, we get attacked on every angle. But what? These rich entertainers, man, they have money, but they even know what we have got through, man, where some of us have to do for even survive. Some of us basically in the street are like, for make ends meet. We ain't selling drugs and robbing and killing, but hey, we have to do what we have to do, man. And hey, the Lord of these entertainers, man, these rich, most of them are Jews, that for sure is to the end, man. The end will come.
They know,
You know?
they know that we suffering, but their whole thing is they're not gonna lose their position to help us. Their whole thing is to keep the ones that's asleep, to stay asleep.
Sleep, yeah, constant.
Bread and circuses.
Control
The
opposition.
elites consider everyone to be fucking stupid, serfs, and children. They say, yo, let the children play while the grown men talk business and do business. That's why you have the bread and circuses. That's why you have this constant bombardment of entertainment, these arenas and things like that. But we watch that stuff, but we know what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, at the end of the day, bro, just because Kanye says he's an Israelite,
Huh.
that don't mean nothing, because all he is, he represents, like, huh?
He's a pawn for the so-called.
He's a pawn, like we said, control opposition, but in addition to that,
Jones.
huh?
Jones, the control opposition.
Yeah, exactly, psyop, which, that whole shit with Alex Jones, it's all behind the scenes, bullshit going on, but, when you read Ezekiel 37th chapter, it says there was no, they basically, they woke up, but there was no breath in them. That's Kanye West, you know what I mean? Which he's not even fully woken up, but, at least he knows that he's an Israelite, but he don't have the breath, and he's not willing to, like, I was watching Elder Apostle Ball, he did a video on it, like, if they was really, if they really had faith, they would, donate to the prophets. They would donate to these different Israelite groups that's out here on the streets teaching the word. He's not say, you can't serve the Most High men.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else?
Kind of pass already. Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 10. Let's never trust our enemy.
Yeah, we never supposed to trust our enemy. Who's our number one enemy? The so-called white man. The so-called white man is our number one enemy. We're not supposed to trust him. You know what I mean? Cause he's basically he's trying to rock you to sleep, man. He's a serpent, man, subtle. So he's trying to basically get over on you, man. We don't trust our enemy. We already know what he's up to. He's real dangerous, man.
Are we supposed to trust these 2/3 niggas?
Yeah, we don't trust the 2/3 either, man, because they in league with the so-called white man. All right.
Yeah, I was watching a video a couple minutes before we started the show. Kanye West. He how TMZ they catch you before you go in the car, so they're asking him about like do you wish harm to the Jews? And Kanye said no, he doesn't wish harm to the Jews. And he also said that he basically he's like you gotta respect the persons, man. Kanye, just because Kanye says he's Israelite, just because Big Sean or Kodak and any of these celebrities say they're Israelites, fuck them. What are they doing about it?
Yeah.
Anybody could say they're Israelites. What are you doing about it? Nothing. You might, but however, the Most High, all you really is, man, the Most High is just using you to wake up the elect. That's all it is, bro. And then once he's done using you, he's gonna get rid of you.
Yeah, so it's basically, these celebrities that don't want to lose their position, they know like soon as they know that they're gonna be blacklisted and that they those outlets are gonna be withdrawn from them. So they're not gonna risk that.
Never trust thy enemies, for as iron rusted, so is his wickedness.
So it's just like iron rust, all iron rust. It's sure to rust. It's just a point of when it's gonna rust. That's the so-called white man gonna show his wickedness, man. He's gonna do something, or renege, or do something to trap you up down the line. All right.
That's all. Though he humbled himself and go coaching.
Yeah, he might humble himself, think he's your friend, try to hook you up, give you information on this or that, bring you into the fold on certain business deals, whatever it is.
Take heed of him.
Yeah, take heed. Watch him. You know what I mean?
And beware.
And beware. Act like you don't notice what he's doing, but you're watching him on the low.
And thou shalt be as unto him as thou hast wiped a looking glass.
Like you wiped a looking glass that was dusty, and you act like you wiped it, and now you see his wickedness or his scheming, conniving acts he's about to do.
And thou shalt know that the rust had not been altogether wiped away.
And you're gonna know that rust haven't been wiped away, to where like he's already plotting. So you playing chess with him. You thinking 10 steps ahead, all right? 10 moves ahead.
That's
Scriptures up.
Yeah, I got a precept box.
Celebrities, they playing Connect 4. You know what I mean? You got it.
You have a precept box? This is Ecclesiastes 7 verse 2. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting.
It's best to go to the house of mourning. That's what we do. Fridays, Saturdays, or whatever the days of the world, we doing the work. While the world is having fun. Huh?
Inclusive of soul.
Yeah, while the world is having fun.
For the end for the end, for Slack here, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to heart.
Yeah, living gonna lay it to heart, man. So we already know, not this ain't our rest. We're not gonna be caught off guard and just enjoying our lives here, man, like everyone else is. You know, everyone else is just, you know, having fun like as if this is gonna remain, like no destruction is happening. But
Yeah.
we already know this thing is happening in our time, this destruction, this second death is gonna take place in our lifetime. We know this.
That's it?
Number 5. You close up? Number final precept.
Hold on. That's right.
You have something like that? No, bring on here. This is Psalms 62, verse 10. Trust not in oppression. And what's oppression?
What we're going through now,
Yeah.
funny money, taxes, ghettos, discrimination from going to get certain employment, certain resources hidden from us, certain avenues withheld from us, and a list of other things, man. The damn Planned Parenthood, abortion, putting putting a woman above us, all this funny shit that's going on.
Can I say something too? And the main oppression, you enslave the children of Israel and have their money in the banks. You have our money, you have the Lord money and our money.
Oh yeah, the defenses,
Yeah.
our forces.
Yeah, you have our money, you can.
Yeah.
And become not vain in robbery. If rich-
hold on. And come out, say that.
And become not vain in robbery.
Okay.
Break it down now.
Read it down, read it from the top.
Read it
From top,
yeah.
yeah, you can. Psalm 62, verse 10. Trust not in oppression and become not vain in robbery.
Yeah, trust not in oppression, come not vain and robbery, vain and unprofitable. Alright?
If riches increase, set not your heart upon them.
If riches increase, set not your heart upon them. So we're not supposed to be worshiping money or all into money and into, because this is not our rest. This kingdom is not our rest. This was for the so-called white man, this wicked to rule temporarily. And we already know it's like a fallen empire, like that movie, The Titanic, the one with Leonardo DiCaprio, because they made a couple of them. That's the one I'm talking about. That was the third one they had made with Leonardo DiCaprio. That's the third Titanic movie. The fucking ship was going under, and then you had the people still playing the music and shit. While the ship going under, there's bread and circuses keeping people distracted from the ongoing destruction. You get what I'm saying? So we already know this place is a sinking ship. America's Esau's kingdom everywhere in the world, mainly in America, is a sinking ship. So we're not supposed to be invested 1,000, 100% in this place, man.
Yeah. So man say if riches increase, man,
Yeah.
it go for the brotherhood too, man. If, like man say, if riches can get money, make sure say yo, the brothers them alright and keep it moving.
Yeah.
If you come across couple hundreds of thousand,
Yeah.
you know, you make sure, because it said if riches increase, that go for us too, man. In case we have money, make sure say, hey, the Lord body
Yeah.
good, then you move on, man. Make sure the house first, but trust not in it. Because some of us don't get, hey, believe it or not, man, we are going a more perilous and jacked up time, and the Lord are going to make some of us run across money, good amount of money, and watch us and test us. Believe it or not, this go for us too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The Lord, we are going to some jacked up, more brothers are jacked up in a financial situation, and the Lord are going to make certain things happen, make certain, even 2/3 are certain of the elect give us money and we run across money. You know what I mean? And then we have to go, you know what I mean? But hey, the Lord will watch that as a test. But think not your heart upon it, because
To dispense it amongst the brotherhood.
yeah, come, yeah.
Alright, that's it?
Yeah, that's it, brother.
Alright, come. Last scripture? Or Anybody got a scripture? All right.
Yeah.
So, with that, we're gonna say all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushua, Ba'Shem, Akakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, and honors to the Akim pushing this truth out in sincerity. All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
You know how to shut it down? Just hit the X in the corner and press N.